Hello, and in this video I'm just gonna go quickly over the how I made the Iron Man video. Um, this is the first scene, when he's hovering around. I used for this scene I used a plugin called Fume Effects, which is really good plugin, which makes smoke and fire and very realistic smoke and fire. Very heavy on your RAM though, so if you don't have a lot of RAM, you won't get very high resolution on it. So, the Iron Man model is it's pretty basic. It's just the kind of the usual Minecraft rig. With the Minecraft rig head, but with just a beveled chest with a little square in the middle. The legs pretty simple and beveled as well. Hands a bit more work going on the little light there that with a little glow on it as well. And the arms bend as well. Of course, the helmet, which I thought came out pretty well. Ignore the fact that there's quite a lot of edges and that. I need to clean that up, but I used a morpher, also a mirror, so I didn't have to do both sides, just one side, and a mirror with so that I could have the keyframe so that it would close like that. So, one open and one side. So that came out pretty well. And, keyframed the mouth and all that for the audio file, which you can go into in the mini curve editor sound and just double click on sound and add in your music file there. Of course, you can't see the teeth here for some reason. I don't know. Viewport won't let me see it. But it's there. The teeth are there. And I'm trying to match it up as close as possible to the scene. That was pretty much it for this scene. It took quite a while to render, about 5 hours, 6 hours maybe, probably longer, because I had Fume Effects also used in it. So that was that thing. So let me go on to the scene when it's shooting. If it would load. Pretty basic set for it. And loads of cameras, which I've learned now is not very good. It's better just to keyframe one camera for the entire thing to get a better idea of how it's going to be set out. Oops. Also added cylinders so that I knew where the wall would need to be shot out with. I also used for this scene, other than Fume Effects for the missile, was also Rayfire, another really good fragment and physics plugin, which makes it a lot easier to make things blow up. Which really worked. And then I keyframed, which I've since then added a option for the rig in this. So it's just particle based for when the smoke is emitted, because of the amount of frames the missile's going at. If I was just to use Fume Effects from the actual missile using a simple sorry, a helper for Fume Effects, it wouldn't work because it, for some reason. And then another explosion and another ray fire, which came out pretty well. So that's pretty much that for this scene. Quite a lot of fragments. And then, oops. And then the bit when he's flying. You may have noticed that when he's hovering, the ray fire, not the Fume Effects resolution doesn't look as good, and it wasn't. Time I didn't have time to render it out faster, so had to render it out faster. So. And then he actually charges through the wall, which you may not notice because it was going so quick. It was less than a second, but went through the wall, and then it cut right here. I would have let it continue, but for some unknown reason, my 3ds Max bugged out, and his legs started going very weird for some unknown reason. So yeah, it's another ray fire collision there. Then he goes outside, which then I found a Tony Stark house in Minecraft online somewhere. Which, if I can remember what it was called, I'll leave in the description. The final scene, I used another plugin because Rayfire uses so much RAM that if the scene is too big, then you're gonna need a lot of RAM, which I didn't have. So in this scene, I used another plugin by the same company as Fume Effects called Afterburner. And it's similar to it, but it doesn't simulate fire and smoke. It's particle based, which it adds spheres around each particle, and you can change the noise, and then you get, and if I stop now, it shows you the the smoke as it dissipates. Of course, you won't see the end of this here because that by then it would have completely gone and evaporated or dissipated. And it just flies into the screen, and that's it. Now, as the scene was so big, I was unable to use very realistic water, and I had to use the texture water for it, which I wish I could have done using the water, but it didn't seem to work for some reason. So that's pretty much it for this scene. Let's see through glass. So this is the first Iron Man video. There's a second Iron Man video coming, which is far better than the first one. Far better. So, if you've got any questions on anything else I did in this video, which that I forgot to mention, then feel free to leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you. And if you want a tutorial on how to use Fume Effects or Afterburner or something, feel free to mention, and I'll If I have enough people who want me to make one, then I will. So, thanks for watching.